This video is brought to you by Patreon show sponsor, your friend and mine, The3rd ERA, and his wife, Leslie Arambula. She's an author, a teacher, and an editor. If you need any of your work edited, please check out our website, lesliearambula.com. I will leave a link in the description below. It's your boy Hi-Fi Vega, back again, and this time we're here to test the Pioneer PRS-D800, a full-range Class D 2-channel amp. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the amp dyno first. Once we get that amp dyno done, we're going to check out the guts, and then after that we're going to have some listening tests. I've got a new setup for my listening test, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. But let's just get straight into that amp dyno goodness. We're rated 125 watts by 2 at 4 ohm stereo, 14.4 volts, and we will be using a 1 kilohertz test tone. We got 125 watts on the nose, 14.4 volts, and we pulled 30 amps. We're on to the 2 ohms stereo test. We're rated 150 watts by 2 at 14.4 volts, and we'll be using the same 1 kilohertz test tone, so let's go. We exceeded the ratings. We got 194 watts at 14.4 volts, and we pulled 50.6 amps. We're on to the 4 ohms mono test. We're rated 300 watts by 1 at 14.4 volts. We will be using a 40 hertz track because most likely if you're using this bridge, you're using it on a sub. So let's see what it does. Boom shakalaka, 428 watts at 14.4 volts, and we pulled 55 amps. Very impressive. So I'm sure you're curious, what does this amp look like on the inside? So we're going to bust it open and see what all it consists of. Now we know what it looks like on the inside. We've seen how it has performed on the amp dyno. I think it's time to see how it treats our ears. So grab your favorite headphones or play this on your favorite set of speakers, and let's see how this sounds on a set of 8 ohm bookshelves, and then we'll go into a subwoofer and see how it sounds there. So yeah, I think we should just jump straight into it. All right, I want to walk you through my sound demo setup. We've got the battery here. This way we don't have to worry about the power supply noise. It'll be plenty to run this amp for quite a while at 8 ohm stereo, which is what we'll be running it at first, because we're going to use these Sony bookshelves that are 8 ohm stereo. They sound pretty good in my opinion. We're going to use the iPad as a source through the head unit, through the auxiliary port. We've got that set up. The speakers are pretty much evenly apart. And then right behind me, excuse the mess, I'm still in the position of remodeling this room. I need to repaint it and get it ready for everything to get moved back in. But anyways, I've got a blue snowball mic here. I was going to use my dynamic mic, but this condenser mic, I think, picks up the music a little bit better. So it is centered with the speakers. It is about the same height. It is centered between the speakers, so you should be able to hear it perfectly well. On the other hand, the camera will be slightly off center because I'm using this little tripod in order to keep the microphone centered. That's the setup we have. We'll listen to a few tracks, and then if you see in the corner there, we're going to do a little sub demo with Little Sundown. I happen to think that sub sounds really good, so we'll see what it does, and yeah, let's get straight into the demos. This is demo number 1. It's called Steps. It's from the YouTube audio library. Obviously, I'm going to use royalty-free music so that I can monetize my video. You will be able to hear me in the background, and you'll be able to hear some room echo because this is a condenser microphone, so you're going to kind of get the sound of what's in the room. It's not going to be a perfect sound. You're going to hear the reverberation, the echo of the room, and you may even hear me clicking the buttons of playing, turning up, that type of stuff. So without further ado, let's go straight into it. Okay, now we're going to turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear it at a little bit higher volume and see what you think about that. Okay, I thought that sounded really good. You guys know my thoughts on Class D amps. At least the people that continually watch the videos know my thoughts about Class D amps on front stage. And I gotta say, this may sway my opinions a little bit because this sounds really, really nice. Let's get to another track and see what it does on maybe a little bit different type of music. Okay, this track is called In Hell. It is also on the YouTube audio library. I'm sorry if my voice isn't as loud in this portion of the video. That is because I'm recording this with the condenser mic. I'm not facing the condenser mic right now, but this is the best way to get the sound demo, so I'm trying to speak a little bit louder. Apologize in advance if you cannot hear me as good. So let's get into this demo. We'll listen to it at low volume at first, or medium volume, and then we'll go up into a higher volume and see how it sounds, up towards the top of the range. Okay, now we're going to try it around 75-80% volume. We were at roughly 40%, so we'll basically double the volume, and we'll see if it still sounds good in the upper part of the volume. Okay, that's it for the full range bookshelf speakers sound demo. I'm gonna hook the little sundown up over there, and we'll get a sub only demo in the same room. We're probably gonna get some rattles and stuff like that, but it's okay. Let's see what it sounds like on a sub. It's roughly, I think it's rated 300 watts. It's closer to 400 watts as you've seen in the test. So let's get that hooked up, and we'll see what it do. Okay, we're on to the subwoofer test. As you can see, I've got the sundown set up over here. Now there was one issue. This amplifier, which this is a feature I actually appreciate, does not have a crossover built in. So it's just an amp. That's all it does. It amplifies the signal. I had to use the crossover in the Klein over here, which only allows me to go down to 80 hertz. So it's not the ideal setup. I'd rather be around 63, but it is what it is. We're going to listen to this demo, and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, that's it for the sound demos. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this kind of sound demo type of stuff with the amp dynos, let me know and I'll be sure to keep it up.
Shout out to all my Patreon supporters, but a special shout out goes to 6-star or more members: 2001 Monolithic, The 3rd ERA, G Nava, Joaquin Juarez, Paul Smith, Rick Quattlebaum, CT Sounds, Byron Chambliss, The Karate Guy, Jason Zemer, Travis McClendon, Brandon Hanna, William Bird, and Simple Man. For as little as $2 a month, you can join the team and get Patreon exclusive content not available on YouTube. If you want to help me with my goal of reaching one new patron a month, check me out, patreon.com/HiFiVega.